only crypto show with fangs.
This is how it's done talking the biting drill. Bought the dip on Tuesday, sold on Wednesday. Chart went sideways, now I'm sideways. Thought I'd be a whale, ended up a minnow. Wallets in the blender, call it crypto limbo. Tried to read the candles, they just laughed. Bought the rumor, sold the shaft. End of year was smooth, now it's choppy seas. Wallets on the deck, begging for a breeze.
The market's drunk, sentiments a shrug. I'm the sober one, holding the mug.
Drown in the chalk, let the waves take the wheel. Wallets on the rocks, but I'm keeping it real. Ride the choppy tide, let the salt sting the eye. End of year's a shipwreck, but I'm still getting by. Friend said hold, I held too tight. Chart did a flip, now it's good night. Tried to sell the top, hit the wrong key. Bought the dip again, now it's me. Tried to call the bottom, missed by a mile. Wallets in the gutter, but I'm wearing a smile. End of year's a joke, laughing at the plan. Choppy water sinking, but I'm the punchline man.
The market's drunk, sentiments a shrug. I'm the sober one, holding the mug.
Drown in the chalk, let the waves take the wheel. Wallets on the rocks, but I'm keeping it real. Ride the choppy tide, let the salt sting the eye. End of year's a shipwreck, but I'm still getting by.
The tide's turning, maybe I'll float. Till then I'm sinking, but I wrote the note.
Drown in the chalk, let the waves take the wheel. Wallets on the rocks, but I'm keeping it
For real. You ain't kidding on that one.
Drown in the chalk, let the waves take the wheel. Wallets on the rocks, but I'm keeping it real. Wipe out. All coins in the phone. Double decker tsunami. Now I'm surfacing home.
Bought the top on a room, sold the dip on a prayer. Chart did a barrel roll, now I'm gasping for air. Tried to ride the second wave, got slammed by the tide. Wallets in the undertow, but I'm still on the ride. End of year was the crest, now it's the crash.
Wipe out.
All coins in the phone, double decker tsunami. Now I'm surfacing home. Salt in the cut, sand in the gear, laughing at the White House, shifting in the high gear, boards in the trunk, but the dream's still afloat. Friend said, bail, I paddled out again.
Yeah, there is some extra music playing in the background, screwing everything up. Thank you for mentioning that.
Catch the rebound, missed by a mile. Wallets in the gutter, but I'm wearing a smile. Tried to call the bottom, got buried in the break. End of year's a wipeout, but I'm wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake. on.
I'm the new chucked in the blender's world. Grease the knob, giving my dreams a twirl. FOMO's a spin, sucking me down quick. Hope's a soggy bit stuck in the mix. Market's a mush, pure of my schemes. Fears the blade, slicing up my dreams. Oh, I'm flailing in the goo, what a laugh. Chopped up frog, dodging the gas.
I left too far, blended by the buzz. Grease the mash, turning wings to fuzz. Panic's a zap, spinning me askew. Joy's a drip, leaking through the brew. Market's a smoothie, grinding my fate. Hopes a cheeky splash, tempting my plate. Oh, I'm assessing at the churn, total giggle. Chopped up frog, stuck in a wiggle. Raise the slice, dodge the blender's chop. Shake the mush, make the good times pop. Push the highs, laugh at the sloppy spin. Feel the bounce, win the din. I blend it, synth pulse. Hoops collide like the wobbly bin. Raise the sludge, hear my daft little grin. Yeah, twirl.
Yeah, twirl. Is this a flop or a blender's cheeky tease? Whack it wild. Do it with ease. The cycles are cackle. Games with a smirk. Crew clatter.
No mush to irk.
Raise the sledge, dodge the blender's chop. Shake the mush, make the good times pop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the craziest show on the interwebs, where you might have a voodoo doll or a turkey or even a mogwai sharing TA insight on this crazy crypto market. Please join me now for the opening ceremony called the ringing of the cowbell. Grab the nearest ding-a-ling and put a smile on your face. The ringing of the cowbell. You just need a little cowbell and a lot of Jesus. Make life a lot of a better place. Thank you for your participation. Please keep your hands and fingers inside and your feet as well. I see you over there. The toes, put them back in. Inside the vehicle at all times, ladies and gentlemen. Do not feed the bears. They are out here looking for blood as we speak. That was your cue, Sean.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
If you were betting on whether I would come here as a turkey or a zombie, well, I just threw you for a whole loop in this game, didn't I? I'm a turkey zombie voodoo doll tonight. I am all together tonight. How's it going, everybody? Great to see you here. I guess we can get the turkey hat off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dawg. So awesome and excited to have you here. Honored to have your presence here on Halloween night at 10:35 Eastern Standard Time here in the eastern part of the United States, and wherever you might be at this moment or even watching later. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button, and thank you for help supporting this channel to keep it on air. for another year here or more, we hope. Look at what's popping over here. Tau is up. Ooh, that's not bearish. Zcash is up. That ain't bearish. Virtuals, you suck. I'm pissed at virtuals. Anyway, but they're doing good. Not bad. Even Trump coin over here. We're going to take a look at some of these guys, take a look at the market indices, but first we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, then come over to the chat, look at our indices there, and then get on with the show. In the meantime, while I am doing this and happen to think about it, there is now a request marker showing in the chat room that for any coin requests, listed below there. That way, when I get through chasing squirrels over here, we can come down there and I can find your coin request. We have a gem pick by Gator Squatch tonight. I'll go over that, chart it. It's one that was popular not long ago. It was being chased and hyped after there. There might be some new news about it, or we'll take a look at that project. Currently here on the 6-minute time frame, we still haven't broke back into this big old line here. That's the bigger pattern that we kind of lost if we zoom out on our yeah, I mean it's shaky. It's give and take depending on what time frame and everything you're looking at. I want to go to the 4 hour or daily to get some good alpha. That must have been a daily one. That must have been on the daily. Was it the daily? It looks like it was a daily. Yeah. We kind of went with some daily closes there to get that trend line. Therefore, it makes it strong. So when we do dial down, even though it doesn't look perfect, it still means something there. And even here, let's go down to the 4 hour. We could adjust it here on the 4 hour. And still, we'll get some more details on it, but still makes it even that much worse and harder to get back into it. So you can see where this is a possible, putting it on the 4 hour, looks like it maybe trying to confirm a retest of this trend line where we were in a rising broadening pattern, which is normally bearish, so doing this is not uncommon, right? We did come down and we made a higher low than this low over here, so that's a little naughty. That's not favorable. We don't like that as much. So we got a higher high here. Let's hope. And then you give us a lower low. Well, I've come not to really trust those setups when they do that, a higher high and then a lower low, because sometimes, well, I mean, it can go, we can still go south. We got targets down here, another trend line that we might be bumping our butts on here. It could happen. But right now, on the 4 hour, the good things I can tell you is that we reclaimed the 9 moving average, and that's our first sign of success. That's our first sign of recovery right there. That's like going to the first 12-step meeting right there. At least you put your first step forward, and I guess you try to take one step at a time there and build your life back, right? But there is heavy resistance up ahead. I don't know what step that might translate into, but it equivalates monetarily at $111.5 $1,000. It seems to be the area that we're struggling to get ahead of, and we need to at least go up there and get that. And ideally, we'll come up here and knock out 117. That's what we got to see, need to see. If we don't see that, then, well, is it a slow bleed into November Q4? Or are we going to see this thing that they call the Halloween effect? And it goes in line with sell in May, walk away, and then you come back in October and November for the Halloween effect, where all that money that sold in May and walked away comes back to the market. You know, every year I've looked at that with skepticism on that theory. And you can look back and say, see, they wouldn't have nailed it. They wouldn't have got the very top, but they probably would have been doing a lot better than all the bull crap that has been forced on us, especially in crypto, between May and October. Would you not agree? I know, if looking back, hindsight, if I'd got out in May, if I had taken them up on that sell in May, walk away, and come back now, oh gosh darn it, wouldn't I have an edge on the market? Oh gosh darn it, wouldn't I be able to make a portfolio that's still up there go up there even more, rather than watching a portfolio that's been squeezed down and almost beat the hell up and trying to, well, maybe we can claw our way back. So it seems like the selling way may walk away. Might be a strategy that every one of us needs to take a little bit of a closer look at, in my personal opinion, and not be so scoffable at it. Actually, we have one of our comment, I don't know if he's here, but one of our members here did this last year. back in 2024. I think he sold somewhere in May, and then he came back in October. And shoot, yeah! In 2024, that was the shizzle play back then too. 2024 and in 2025. I gotta say, looks like we got a super chat. Oh man, that little dude was supposed to have changed. Okay, so I didn't do something right there. I was trying to change some things around lately here on the stream. Thank you so much, Glittery Marshmallow, for the $5 super chat. I do appreciate that. She says, trick or treat, badass coffee on me. Badass coffee, well, that's our little sponsor. And as soon as we can find you, badass coffee, we will put that in right on here. Badass coffee.
Good ass coffee.
Or good ass coffee.
Coffee that's good and ass at the same time.
Badass coffee is our competitor. I'm sorry, I messed that up. It's the good ass coffee. Good ass coffee. Get your
good ass coffee. The coffee that's good and ass at the same time.
All right. Hey, there's the man I was just mentioning there who sold in May and walked away. What, last year? Worked out really good for him. It did. And we were just talking about that. I don't know if you were here, Haven. And we got Floki's Angels in the house. And hey, dog, I love your show. And hey, Floki's Angels, I love that comment. I love buttons at work too, Sean. Sean, what have you been doing to these buttons? They're sticky. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know if I said hello to everybody, but we got a lot of people in here. I see Dave P. Strega Hearts, Trade Intuition, Joe from Trade Intuition, and he's also a streamer over here. Actually, I think he switched up his streams to now he's doing it at 9 p.m., so he was on before me, and I was in there checking him out for a little bit before I had to get ready for my stream. And another great YouTuber over here, another great analyst over there, giving your mindset and take at the market and going over coin request, going over trade setups and things like that, and giving you some very, some good traditional TA alpha knowledge, and that's a little bit more, I think, what you need. I like the traditional stuff. Because it's like people forget about the basics and then they start making up their own rules and sharing them out, and it start seeing it carrying over, and like, how the hell did you ever think? How did you get what are you doing to that poor pattern? Oh my God, where did you learn that? Well, that explains it. All right, so. And again, when we start coming to pattern trading, Joe knows about pattern trading. It's not his style. Now, I do like pattern trading and use pattern trading in my analysis, and that's one of the differences you might say. He'll use it too. But pattern trading is my first take on the market, right? And when it comes to TA, and it's grown a lot since then, incorporated a lot of other things I've been able to add to my toolbox here. But as far as pattern trading go, if you want the best statistics on it and the most accurate information, I got to point you to this very boring 1990s looking website over here. It was probably constructed in DOS and HTML or whatever on some TRS-80 computer. I don't know, man, but well, at least it's not got a file menu. But this is Thomas Bukowski's thepatternSite.com. And he's the guy who wrote the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. This is his book right here. You can get that on Amazon for $89. I've got one. It's an excellent reference and some good material in there, good education in there. Or you can come to thepatternSite.com and go to and he's got it all over here too. So Thomas Bukowski, another goat who retired in his 30s from a nice, healthy software engineer career, but he retired from trading and actual trading, and then he put some books out, and this is what he does, and so he does it for free too. That's what I admire about the man. He's also putting all this stuff out there for free too. So that's, if you're a pattern trader, and that's where you get your alpha, and that's where you're going to hear me citing the majority of what I say. And if I disagree, I do tell. There's sometimes that I disagree with him on a few things. At least what I see here happen in crypto. But here we are looking at Bitcoin, and we see that we might be getting a bearish retest here. It could lead to some downside, but right now we seem to be holding some form of trend line here. I'm going to come down to a smaller time frame, like the 1 hour, just so we can kind of define it a little bit better. And some of this chop noise. At this point in the game, going by our rules and going bodies to bodies, you can be arguing that maybe we're losing it. And it may be. Some good signs here I can see on the hours, though, even though we're going through this red Ichimoku cloud. I just keep the cloud part of it in the background. There's a little bit of green over here, signifying that we may be working our way up through that and that the uptrend can continue. So that's what I'm getting there. We got a bottom here, following a trend line, broke it, retested the underside of it, and that was the top part with the underside retest, and you see that a lot. Still didn't come out and knock this guy, so it's a lower high. I mean, well, gosh darn it. Either we need to continue up, kind of regroup a little bit and continue up till we knock this guy out, or, well, we're looking for a possible lower low. Again, some places on the radar is around 104,000 if that happens. But what I'm seeing right here gives me some hope that we can continue up slowly, kind of like what we did last weekend, where we just kind of hung sideways and gradually just came up, and everybody just shortened, was thinking, well, this isn't working out like I hoped it would. It's not horrible, but I keep slowly losing. And everybody that was too afraid to go long was thinking, man, I should have bought some just an hour or two ago, shouldn't I? That's already up another $100, $200 from where I could have got it. Oh man, 6 hours ago it was $500 cheaper. Am I missing out on something? It's just a gradual coming up here. If we look at the volume on the 1 hour, it is trickling down along with price, and that's kind of normal. Okay, we like that part. It's when price is coming down with a lot of volume that we don't like, or when price is going up with no volume, and that's what has happened before we had our big drop over here. Our other drop over here that's what we were seeing happen. There was no volume behind all this, right? It's just not there to really sustain these areas over here. And when there's no volume behind it, it's just a pump, and usually a dump follows a lot of times, right? Some market maker games going on. You don't want to get caught up in that chop. That's how they get their money. So candle bodies to candle bodies, and maybe losing that might be happening, or we got a little wiggle room. Now, when I do candle bodies to candle bodies, one little technique that I like to use, this is my personal thing, this is not a Bukowski thing, but yeah, I've got the angle. I believe in those angles. That's getting more into Gann, but in a different way. He also looked at angles, other angles. W.D. Gann being a trader that died in the 50s, who was a legendary in the space. So you got a little window here, a little cheat place here that could still be support. So just because we broke it, I put that on there just as that extra little, well, that's oh yeah, you're going to step over my line. Oh, here's another line. Step over that one, see what happens. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go get my mom right now. So we're kind of at this phase in the standoff right now. Now, luckily, we do have the mommy 360 right here standing behind, looking over. Yeah, what do you think you're going to do, right? You got her flip flop out, just ready, I throw my cholo at you. She's ready to come unglued there. All right, so, I'm sorry, it's a 50 moving average. I read that correctly, missed correctly. The 360's up here. So catching on the 50, we're above the 50. Man, that's when you're looking for trend on any time frame for it to continue. I mean, that 50 is that's your last hope. You lose that one, and it's kind of like, well, gosh darn it, this is not working out good. We're in that same situation right now, but so far we're on the right side of it. We're on the right side of the 9 moving average, and looks like we're trying to recover a little bit, in my personal opinion. And I hope we do. I hope we come and take out this high. Hope we can get back into this trend line. I hope that we can get past all these purple lines I've got here, because those are some serious areas that we really got to get above if we don't want to see the possibility of lower prices and cheaper Bitcoin, which is fine. I'm not against lower prices and cheaper Bitcoin. This is just the weird ass part of the cycle to be doing that. It doesn't fit. And it makes me think that it's just that little final flush out before we get to see that big move when they do turn on that money printer, supposedly now in December, right? And maybe we have a little time to set up for it before the front running starts. There will be front running, and then, oh my God, got to chase. So I'm just driving very cautiously at this point, not trying to do too much, but yet not trying to do too little either. And that's mostly on my spot margin bags. And keeping my eyes out for any opportunities that might present themselves in the market, such as Zcash. The one that's got to be going down now. Let's go ahead and throw in a big short on this one. Yeah, that was not wise, was it? That would not have been the correct answer right there, mister. I know. But as soon as it can't keep going up forever. You're right, but it's going to go up until it can't go up anymore. I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe it's kind of like me when I'm trying to layer in on a long. I'm working on a position, man. Maybe they're working on a short position, but y'all started kind of early on this one. This one looks strong AF here on this is the daily chart. This looks like a 15-minute chart here on the daily. This is like 15-minute exciting action happening on the daily. Look at that cloud. It is so far from here. It's not trying to suck us into anything. This is on full run. We're well above the 9. And at some point we can touch that 9, but usually we'll see it catch up with these candles, right? Hopefully that's what we got going on. Expanding, broadening pattern, and if we keep extending this possible trend line top area that it's touched before. Awesome. And I know it looks crazy. That we might see $560 or $600 out of Zcash. Until that one day you're like, oh crap, I wish I'd bought more when it was like down at $100. When it was fighting with this area over here, that was nerve-wracking, about 240. That was nerve-wracking to try to determine if you're going to get in on it. It came back and retested probably a 618 there if I'm looking at it. We're looking at our fibs here, because I think we should give us 90. Now 382. You're at one area right now to be taking some profit. I will say that we're on 2 daily candles and we're right up at tweezer tops. I'm not going to call it a tweezer top, but you got those 2 wicks that are right at the same area. This is one of the zones to take profit, and then we got another one right over here that we're looking at. This little guy right here. That is 457. So if we can push a little further, we got a secondary target area right there. But just know on Zcash on the daily from our AB equals CD, coming back here to the 382 Fibonacci area, that is one of our, she is at one of our targets for taking profit on this one. And so I've been taking some little profits on it. Man, she might have a bump her head a little bit and have to do a little bit of a retracement. That's what these pivot areas mean here with the Fibonacci. Still in a nice big trend. We got this trend line going on here. One thing, instead of, well, I thought they profit, maybe I should go down now. You don't have to at the moment. One of the best techniques I think that we've got out there to help you decide when you should take a little profit is the old trend line. And here we are on the 1 hour following this main trend. So until this guy breaks, well, it can still go up higher. But if you want to put like some stop losses or partial stop losses underneath this, that is a form to take profit around, $398, $10 less than where we are. Layer in some other little limit sales over here, take profits if you want. Hell, I don't know what you got in mind. Your take on the market is different than mine, or your take on whatever you're trading is going to be different from anybody else. It's unique to you and your situation and your mindset and whatever you got going on and how you want to play it. There are so many variables over here, but we still got the possibility to go 458, my personal opinion. I hope we do. This has been a good one. What's the appeal for Zcash? Maybe we should find some more information. But one of the things I do like about it is that it's outperforming Bitcoin. It's one of the very few assets right now that can outperform Bitcoin. And it's a good contender because there's only 21 million of these, just like there is Bitcoin. So if you're going to pick one to go against Bitcoin, I don't think you could pick a better matchup than that token to token wise as far as how many is out there. I think it's a little bit more equally matched. But imagine this from down here in September. If you load it up on Zcash, whether you bought it in Bitcoin or not, but I don't know. Let's say let's just say you put 0.01 Bitcoin in. 0.01 Bitcoin, okay? What is that? Figure that out in your head. I'm not going to. When it was 0.00056 Bitcoin per Zcash. Now, over the course of September 28th, for 1 month to Halloween, that 0.01 Bitcoin would turn into 0.05 Bitcoin. That's a pretty good come up. And that's what we are looking for. That's the OG way for the people playing with altcoins, the correct way to use your altcoins in this cycle or any cycle. That's the correct way. That is what the OG people that became the millionaires that we see today from actually working this market cycles ago. That's what we learned from them. That's what they were talking about and showing us and doing. And it's been harder and harder to do that. But unless you're in a coin that can do this, and then what are you doing? Bitcoin is the answer, right? It's going to outperform whatever you're in. And then some of them, but Zcash wasn't always outperforming Bitcoin. No. But it is now. It's one of the few that is now. But that's impressive. 500% gains in 1 month on Bitcoin. I want to see more of this out of more of these damn altcoins. And in a true altcoin season, that is what is happening. This is what is happening in an altcoin season. Altcoins outperform Bitcoin, and you can take a little bit of Bitcoin and turn it into a lot more Bitcoin. Instead of seeing all your Bitcoin just dwindle away and being sucked up by all the altcoins, because that's what's been happening for the last 2.5, 3 years or more when it comes to these altcoins. So shout out to Zcash, one of the good performers there. And it does have Zcash Bitcoin pairs on some exchanges. But again, if you bought $500 worth in dollars over here and sold it for Bitcoin here, you came up. For whatever you could have bought $500 worth of Bitcoin at that time, you made a come up. It's a good way to play this. So if you think, I don't have any Bitcoin, maybe you got some pairs that you can trade against to get that Bitcoin. Okay, don't throw yourself out of the game on Bitcoin. But it's 109. It's and it might go up to 150. And then what you gonna do? You won't have anything to short it on the way down. I wish it was that easy. Well, just long it on the way up, short it on the way down. We're just going to grow this 0.1 Bitcoin to 10,000 Bitcoin doing it. Sounds good. I like it. I'd like to do it myself, but I wish it was that easy. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of paying attention to the right things at the right time and not getting distracted. Squirrel! To make those true OG crypto boss trades. That's what I consider that when you're trading against Bitcoin and doing it correctly. Another one you might want to look at is Dash. We'll take a look at it against Bitcoin. Look at that. Another one since September. 1 Bitcoin's worth of this, which would be crazy, but that's just so we can compute it a little easier to our present day price, would give you an extra 1.5 Bitcoin. You'd be turning 1 Bitcoin into 2.5 Bitcoin by exiting completely at this point in the game. So there are ways, there's methods out here, if you're aware of them or can find them and get into them, to grow your Bitcoin in this market. And that's what we all wanted to see. And these are the ones that are doing it. Now, if they're going to be doing it, they will probably still keep that traction up, and they will probably keep performing well and not just fade out. It seems to be the more privacy stuff, the sector that usually gets no love, or rarely does, is what's getting the love right now. Some people may argue, well, that's all them people taking profit in Bitcoin, they want to hide it. I don't know. Maybe that's one theory out there, why the privacy coins might be getting some love. Or it might be just the realization that our governments are trying to track us every damn thing that we do, and they're not letting it up. I mean, we've had some relief since we had Trump in office, and it's had an effect on. You got to give them a shout out. That global elite was coming in hard on every country, but since Trump got in office, they put them on their toes. One man, by the power of God. And I think that's amazing. They need to be stopped in their tracks for a little bit. At some point, they're going to win, right? But we got a short window of opportunity where we can turn the tides on our sides, get ourselves set up financially in this great wealth transfer where we get some, so that when the tide does shift back to the globalists and they start, putting out the CBDCs and making everybody go follow Sierra law or whatever happens, I don't know how the scenario is going to play out. But when they come and go over and take control and your freedoms are being taken away, at least you got something in the bank there. You got some wealth stored there that gives you a little bit more freedom and access to the things that you need in those hard times. And that is really what I feel that I'm called here to do for this channel, to help people try to figure out that wealth transfer, because the bad times are not over. We just got a short window of a decent period of time to get ourselves right. All right, so the interesting place right over here, if we're looking at, this is Dash, I think it's like $55 right now. But imagine if it was from here and getting right back up to where we were. Now this is March of 2023. 300% gains on Bitcoin possible. I mean, that's may take it a while, I don't know, but we're seeing some good things happen here. Definitely not. I mean, she's up high right now. Risky play to jump in on that flag to the upside, but this is one of the few places where a flag can actually get a little bit more mileage, a little bit more. Again, trend lines are your best friend when it comes to navigating any of these moves. One hump, two hump. We're looking for a three hump, then a dump maybe. All right, so we got that. And how about Tau? Looking at it against Bitcoin. Well, I haven't looked at it over here in a minute. We were looking at it over here, but when was this? Well, hell, that was a year ago. It was over a year ago. It was doing good against Bitcoin. Let's get some old information off of here. So this is Tau against Bitcoin. It's just left our coulda, shoulda, woulda, bought some more there if I had been paying attention zone. And now we're headed to our first target. Second target. Main targets. They're the other targets we can go with. But since it left our woulda, coulda, shoulda, bought zone and came back here and tested it that last time, against Bitcoin, it's up 30%. Not bad. Still here on the daily, looking at Tau. Bit tensor. One hump, two hump, three hump, a dump. That's what I'm looking for. This the idea concept is we're in this bottom pattern. Nice W formation here that we're trying to confirm. And once we take out these guys here, this 382 might bump our head on it and get, might bump our head there. That's why it's a target. Might bump our head there at 0.0049 Bitcoin and pull back a little bit and give you an opportunity to for this trend line to broaden out a little bit, maybe make some kind of channel idea, something like that, and then play it on upward for some more gains. So Tau, another one you may or may not be in, but think about it. Instead of selling it for that dirty fiat cash, if you're sitting there low on that fine Bitcoin that all the big boys and countries and everything is chasing after now, and will continue to chase after as it dominates the global markets as the world's true global currency that is not put out by any country but by the people, the people's money in a digital age. It makes a lot of sense when you think of it that way. And if you don't have any and you got some Tau, you got a good opportunity to get you some Bitcoin just by selling into Bitcoin on it. And let's say you got into Tau at a better price here. I don't know. We had a breakout area here. I don't know. It's a good one. I could see you could double in time. You can double your Bitcoin on this one. The best one so far was the first one we looked at tonight, and that was Zcash. Now here's another one that's doing pretty good. We'll take a look at this one in dollars. This is Horizon. It's another one that's privacy related on some aspects. Has some privacy features or something. I forgot. Might have to do a little deep dive here. Let's get all these little track lines or whatever out of the way here so we can zoom in. And she's came up to, what was this last target? We had this one here, the red line, 382. That's one of the places to test there. Anywhere still below here is one of the, not a bad place to be building up a bag of Horizon, because when it does get up here to our real target, 382 fib, 21.89, you're like, oh man, I could have bought it at $10. I could have bought it at 15. You could have bought it at 11 if you were paying attention just recently, because that's where it was, 11 something. It's where I was trying to stock up on, but they trying to take it from me. So I got a lot of stop losses hit over there. I do layered stop losses on some things. Some of them got hit, but yeah, 11.20 right in the juicy area. Juicy area from there, man. You're up 50% from where we bottomed out there on the bottom of this trend line. So if we come against this trend line again, and come back down, that might be an opportunity. Again, this is on the daily. This is what it looks like on the 4 hour. I'm going to start looking at these altcoins on the 4 hour because we're into the weekend. It's a good time frame to look at them. Flip the ribbon. Look at bullish AF right here for Zen. For you guys that don't know what Zen is, Horizon. And one of the reasons why I got into it, other than because it wasn't for privacy, one of the reasons I got into it is because Grayscale Trust had this out last cycle. So I'm like, oh, the big boys are looking at this one. Well, maybe I should look at this one too. It's got a $270 million market cap, that's still small. That's small. It's got 21 million maximum supply of coins, just like Zcash, just like Bitcoin. Circulating supply is 17.5 million. And Horizon is it's modular privacy first platform designed to make privacy technology such as zero knowledge proofs and T's accessible, TEES or TEE. T's accessible and usable across the web. Originally launched in 2017 as a fair launch non-ICO project. That holds a lot of value right there. Horizon is now undergoing a major evolution for the launch of Horizon 2.0. A next generation layer 3 L3 application deployed on Base. I didn't know about that. Ethereum layer 2 developed by Coinbase. Horizon 2 is built as an Ethereum aligned layer 3 app. Okay, so I would be, call me crazy, I might need to put on my little tinfoil hat here. It's somewhere. But if Grayscale got into this last cycle and the big boys have already made their plans with what they're going to do. So I think Horizon might have a lot of stuff down the pipe work as this layer 3 thing, and probably, maybe if you dig deep enough, I have not dug deep enough, I'm saying, I would suspect that they're probably going into the real world assets and things like that, and that might be a vehicle for all that, and that might be what's going to make this one go crazy, especially with the tokenomics on it, right? Let's take a look at the website. On-chain privacy for a new railroad. We already covered that. Zen has moved to Base. Horizon successfully completed its migration, and Zen now officially live on Base as an ERC. That really, because it was technically a layer 1. Now it's a layer. That's an interesting move. Claim your Zen on Base. What? Building the compliant, interconnected future. By empowering builders with flexibility, confidential, and proof of trust. Horizons were secure. Okay, whatever. Privacy app at scale with confidence, but for everyone about Zen. I'm trying to find out a little bit. No ICO or pre-mined supply. That's what's really beautiful about it. I was really wanting to see. They had a roadmap or a roadmap. Horizon's delivering a critical missing infrastructure for the next phase of blockchain adoption, scalable and compliance-aware privacy. The inherent transparency of public blockchains is fundamental design of flaw, exposing sensitive data and hindering widespread institutional adoption. See, they don't want you to know what they're doing, all right? So this kind of privacy is going to be acceptable because they can hide the dirty crap that they're doing on their end. Okay, so that makes this layer of privacy kind of appealing to them. They just don't want you to have it probably, but there got to be some give and take there, right? We are pioneering a compliant privacy new paradigm that balances business confidentiality with the critical need for auditability and regulatory alignment. By strategically becoming a layer 3 on the base ecosystem, we are focusing exclusively on our core competency, building the foundational layer for a private and compliant digital economy, unlocking high impact use cases from confidential finance to verifiable AI. So what are they planning on doing? Quarter 1, 2025? Well, we're in quarter 4. But what have they been working on? The DAOs, in token claim, blah, 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 Horizon 3. Mainnet, L3 mainnet launch, first apps live on Horizon mainnet. Zen staking at relaunch. So now you can stake them? All right. So it might be, it's one that's still getting some traction, and it's been doing pretty good lately. It has. With the drop and everything, brought it down like 11, but this thing was a lot cheaper than that, and I don't know, I think it's still got potential. So that's the only reason. That's the only thing. It's one that I am in, and I've been in it for a while, but now I finally get to see the fruits of my labor for believing in this project and what I saw in it. Like, oh yeah. You got hope after all. Those tokenomics speak a lot, and you will see me give a lot more praise to the ones, and even some of the older projects that are, those boomer coins nobody wanted, right? They're going to chase all the new. They will chase all the new shiny stuff coming out. Don't get it twisted. The retail does that, but the smart money knows to look for things that has got some better tokenomics on it. This doesn't have 40 billion coins. No, 21 million. That means this number can go up, baby. We're talking like Ethereum numbers and beyond. Possibility, just depending on how it goes up there, right? And that would go for any of them, like Zcash and all that, 21 million. You don't think that they can get into the thousands if there's a bigger global demand looking at them for real world assets by the big money? Yeah. So I wouldn't fade some of these older school projects like that. And I didn't. I just wish I had a lot more. All right, so another one that's doing pretty decent. XMR Monero, also a privacy coin. I guess we're looking at privacy coins right now. As soon as I can buy, okay, we're going to look at perps. Here's this straight tether. Go back to the daily on this one. Now, I only got history going back to 2021 on this one. But you got a nice big rounded ass bottom that over the course of years during the bear market did its little squeeze. It did the squeezy squeeze. Did its downward channel sloping thing. Its compression phase, and you see where it's squeezing here, right? All of this to make this nice big rounded bottom shape there. And my mentor used to talk about rounded bottoms, but I never got a good explanation about them. But through some observation and everything else, I was able to come up with this very good little explanation that works good for me. And we look for a squeezy phase, and we look for an expansion phase. If I can get all the distractions off of here. You can kind of see that. So we come in with channel, falling wedge, something along those lines as we're starting to make our bottom here. Sometimes we get something called I call a butt crack. The real analysts don't call it a butt crack. But you can get a harmonic pattern in here, and it does a little, some kind of M top in here at some area. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it does not. That's usually about the middle when that happens, to kind of give you a clue as to, oh, something might be getting ready to start our expansion phase. That's what you take away from those signs, and you'll if you scroll out on a lot of charts, you'll see that. All right, and then we start our expansion phase, and this is the fun part. Now it really went crazy over here, so that means technically, I mean, we can expand this little sucker. We can get our angles lined up here. We might have something crazy going on, but until then, be a little bit more sensible. And just know that we are at resistance here. We see it pop out of here. That's cool. $500 could be coming for Monero. Yeah. Notice that the curve continues for Monero. We come over here, you know, see that nice little curvaceous, that curve forming there on the daily. It's beautiful. I'm going to make this one green. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. This is the expansion going on with this. All right, so Monero. We got a measured move up to there. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take my targets. Update my targets. All right, we see we're approaching the 618 from the swing high to swing low as resistance. This was a 618 as support from swing low to swing high. That's the difference there. We've also got that juicy little idea for a target too, for a measured move. And is that what we got going on here? And so we're looking for this guy. So my bigger target, believe it or not, it's going to be 572 right in that area. Looks like this is a measure move from something else over here, so I'll keep that up at 104. But the main target, main zone I would look for, and I'm going to do it like this. The 886 and the 786 Fibonacci areas. And that's where we can find some serious rejection there. Or, you know, accumulation, if we're lucky. Accumulation in that spot would be awesome. That means that we are most likely trying to go for that higher high area. We mark this as our 786 Fibonacci. This is in dollars. This is not in Bitcoin. So I'm looking for, that's about 430. Oh, snap! What happened? Boom. Wow, look, toasty. I'm teasing you all for Thanksgiving. Ha! You think you're going to eat me? Yeah, you got to find me first, baby. Yeah, I know I look all golden brown. You just want to stick a fork in me right now. Ha! Ha! They say delicious and juicy, but nobody's going to find out. All right, so Monero, another one to take a look at. Here's some that may be worth looking at. This is AI16Z. I'm take a look at this one. Looks like she's showing up on my radar for doing something. Let's see what she's doing. May just be having a good day. This is a mimic coin, a mimic. Oh look, you suck. Nothing happened here, Road Dawg. We died. Such is life. Such is trading. That is the probabilities. I have not looked at this. I could not tell you what happened in July, but we started losing trend line in July there. And I have not looked at this one since. To me, seeing what we see now, I want to take a little Fibonacci. I'm looking for a 113 out of this little guy here from swing low to swing high. And that's where we're holding at right now. The 1.13 Fibonacci almost dipped down to that 1.27 line there. Beautiful, beautiful. This tells me that this is possibly our lower low here. And hopefully the last one. Now surely we could do something else here. We can go low to high, but I think we kind of went on 886, probably a little lower on that one. When was that? Way back in October? That wasn't too far away. That was last year. All right, so we're at a bottoming area, so we're going to treat this as a bottoming area. We're going to pull our new Fibonacci from swing high to swing low. Get that little wick. It came down to here at 0.0. What is that? You went down to 2 cents, and you're at 8 cents now. That was on the big scary day. There's some curving going on here, if you can see it. If you can see it, there's a little slight curving. Now, locally, we can draw a little trend line here and catch the bear trap and see we're still holding that. And if you do it on the other side, just in this local area, you see we got a breakout and it's squeezing down. Now, for the bigger one, it's hard to do that because it is curving, right? It's curving inside and on the top front and the bottom, and that's overall a good sign. If you're a real stickler for the trend lines, I mean, this would have been your breakout here, and then it did a lackluster breakout, wasn't really any volume there, and didn't get past its little levels here, and then kept on trickling down, right? But that's just part of it maturing. And you can tell that when it respects the angles from the top and right over here. Those candles closes, they respect the angles. And when you see them respecting the angles, well, that's letting you know a little something. I want to move you right back here because I think that makes a beautiful resistance area here, and this made beautiful support on the other side. It flipped this one. This now is an internal trend line because we got price action respected on both sides of it. And now we're on the bullish side of it, ready to go up a little bit. So our Fibonacci strategy, which I think is an excellent strategy, help you navigate the market, make some good and wise choices over here, says that right now is a really good time to be looking for an entry on the daily, go to smaller time frames, see what you can find, build a bag to hold if you want to do a swing trade. Swing trade targets right up here, 17 cents on this little booger. So 17 cents on this one would bring us to what? Even if you FOMO'd in now, bought the flag to the upside, and it went to south for you, but you didn't sell, you can make 100% gains there, and that, my friend, is moonbag territory. Picture this, if you will, on this or any other situation like this that you might happen to find yourself in. Therefore, this is why this is called a setup strategy idea or a setup strategy, trade setup, or whatever. This is just a good example of it, right? Put $100 in, you take your $100 out. When you make your 100% gains, you got a free bag of this, and you get your $100 back. Oh my God, that's a win-win. How's that not awesome? Now the downside is, if you keep doing this on a bunch of different coins, you end up with a lot of moon bags and a lot of projects, and that's a lot to take care of, and it's cool, but it sucks, and then you forget it gets unmanageable. But if you do it repeatedly on the same asset, then you can build a bag. Oh, because that $100 that you took out over here, when she do her little, well, let's say she do her little retrace, now let's just say 382 Fibonacci magically brings us back down to our, we're going to retest that original line, right? See how that works? See how that works? So if we do something like this and we come back down, well, it drops 30%, meaning that $100 that you took out, well, you could put it back in and buy that stuff 30% cheaper. And then if it goes up to the next target, which is up here on this or any other asset, well, now you got a much bigger bag there that you can sell at 130% gains. What? That's crazy. What? This is how you can grow the stuff, but you got to do it. You got to do it downhill when nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to do it because a lot of other people say, I'll get into it, but I want to make sure that it clears this level. Let's wait till we get our double bottom in. You know, we'll wait till it gets up to 30 cents, or we'll wait till it gets up to say 18 cents or something. Your big multiples for this are taking advantage of the bottom beating. Some people are not cool with that, and then some of us love it. Some of us love it, and that's you know, that's why it's so diverse. Is that what the word we're looking for? It's diverse in crypto. It depends on where your risk tolerance is and where your confidence is. Now, I've been doing this kind of thing for so long. I'm confident in these setups and things like that. But for somebody who's just learning this, you know, you got to take a little practice, but and kind of get used to the idea, right? But AI16Z looks like she's trying to do something. Swing trades would be what you look for right now, in my personal opinion, because what are you doing over here? Let's go over here. You got a new angle going on. So I like to get closer to the line because you're closer to the top there. She comes up and then she comes back. You might get frustrated if you just don't come and get a good entry, right? Or depending on what time frame, if you're looking at the 4 hour, if you're trading the 4 hour, what the hell does it matter? Get in. All right, so another one that's looking kind of interesting, and I'm not in this one. DEXE. Yeah, look at this one. Zoom out on the 4 hour. Take a look at some of these moving averages. Whoa, what happened here? Oh yeah, that was that day. You were doing good until that day, right? These are the zones I want to see us maintain here. My goodness, that big wick. That's a big wick. That went deep. Deep. Oh, that wick's going to make this one tricky. If I follow the rules. If I bend the rules, we can come up with something, but will it be accurate because you bent the rules? I don't want to take that chance. Not with my peeps. Nice trend line, nice breakout, nice retest, candle close as a retest for this idea. I like that. We can go from Fibonacci swing high to swing low. And the juicy buy zone was that wick that nobody was able to actually click buy or sell on a lot of these exchanges on that wonderful day. And kind of woke people up to crypto, the bigger money or the bigger people coming in that are used to, not having that happen on real exchanges. Well, they woke up to what happens here in crypto sometimes. Things get locked up, and you should take note of what exchanges were doing that or how bad it got on there. Because when you need them, you're not going to be able to access that stuff. It's kind of like when Bitcoin was going crazy with the blow off top in 2017. People couldn't sell on Coinbase because Coinbase, they went out. Yeah, they went. It was too much for them to handle, and you got to wonder yourself. And ever since that happened, and rightly so, me and a lot of other people looked at Coinbase as like, well, then you're not a good exchange. Then you can't handle the volume. All the money you're making and you can't upgrade your system to handle the volume. Oh yeah, there's something wrong there, buddy. I don't think it's the server. You gotta wonder how they make their money. Now we got 2 touches on one side. That's something. Unless I got 3 touches, we make that just a dotted line. I mean, and it's still a hope and a dream. It's a theory at this point in the game, but it could be telling us what our channel ID is here. Now, I like that. Now I got 3 touches on this side and 2 on the other. Now that makes this valid. So I'm going to undot them since we've discovered that idea. That's what it takes to have a valid pattern. I'm going to keep repeating that until it burns into your brain and it gets repeated out here on YouTube. Because I'm tired of hearing everything breaks up 68% of the time. Everything needs to be a flag or a head and shoulders or a cuff and handle. That seems to be taking the big narrative over here, and more your actual ideas that I think are a little more accurate analysis wise, and therefore transfer over to better trading. Are some of these more valid ideas? How we find those little guys? What validates this idea? 3 touches on one side, 2 on the other. It's valid now. You might see another pattern has 3 touches on one side and 2 on the other, and you found another valid pattern. What would that look like? Like this. And you got 1, 2, 3 touches here, 3 touches here on that side, and you got the fallen wedgie that broke to the upside, came back and retested, which they commonly do about 64% of the time, if I remember Thomas Bukowski's quote directly. And a lot of patterns do that. If you know that, you can use that to your advantage, right? But everything travels in a channel, and all these triangles are just squeezes on the channel. And that's the channel that we're looking at right here on DXE. This is a bullish pattern. We got a partial decline idea here happening, and she could be breaking to the upside. And we got some targets. Notable target's going to be right here at 932. Other notable target It's going to be at 14.98, and then we're going to pay very close attention to this juicy zone here at $19. Now, I, for one, I've seen this one before we had our drop and everybody started hating crypto again. This one was gaining a lot of traction there for a little while. It got away from where I wanted to get in because I think it was up to $20-something, something like that. Oh, that was last year. It was probably over here when it was somewhere around 12 after sitting around where it is right now. And I wasn't in, but when it got up here, I was thinking, oh man, that was the woulda, coulda, shoulda bought more zone. I wish I'd bought more. Because that's what now we're back there, right? For this area here. We've got a new one here, but I want to find out a little bit more about this project. We're going to come over here to DEXE. And here we are. Okay, so I'm coming to the chat next, and then I'm coming over to take a look at Gator Squatch's pick. Just to let you know what I got planned to do here. 23 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. I try to go through, if I don't go through what my show agenda or my program, then that's where we start turning into 2-hour streams. So we've already knocked out an hour, but this time we got some altcoins in, by gosh. Yeah, we're making some improvements here. All right, so $404,000 market cap, $7.08 current price. Total supply is 96 million. That's okay. I like that. Circulating supply is 57 million. There we go. That answers our question. Why are we seeing such good price action out of this one? Because it doesn't have billions or trillions of coins out there. Doesn't have it. Doesn't have 1 billion. Doesn't have 10 billion. Doesn't have 50 billion. Does not have 420 billion. Oh my God. How current? That is so prevalent in meme coins. Now it's 420 trillion on some of them. That affects things. That has a huge affects things. Affects everything but buttons on this channel. Sean, hit that. Thank you. Sean's always got the smoke button covered there. Just saying. All right, so what is it's a. Let's go and check it out. Here's the website. DEXE Protocol. It is your gateway to next generation governance and innovative infrastructure for crafting and steering DAOs. Empowered by the strength of really? I honestly thought it was more of a decentralized exchange play. Now we're governance tokens. They can do good, but I always question. Is the purpose there? That's not a hype narrative at all. It was more of a use case, kinda, but barely in governance. It's where it gives the people a way to vote and kind of stare where the project's going. Now that's good for the people that got a lot of money and want to have a lot of influence, I think. And build different high-level Web3 products on different chains with it. Well, now that's different from a DAO, isn't it? Or basic smart track. Your capabilities. Oh, this is a weird website. You got cookies. Chocolate chip? Or governance contract? Treasury contract? Might have to do a little bit more deep diving into. This is a wild website. It's like going through a little maze. You're scrolling with my scroll wheel and it takes me sideways, and then now it's taking me down. Okay, you can create web product. Okay, it's got some building, so it's not just voting and stuff, right? You can actually have data. Are you a project or are you a layer? You're a protocol. You should be some form of a layer, I would think. All right, so I have to maybe asking Grok or ChatGPT or whatever for a little bit more synopsis will give us some clearance. I would normally do that. I meant to do that on Zcash earlier, but I've already forgot. Let's have a moment of fun over here. You said just go into the chat. I know, I got distracted and saw a squirrel. What's the major appeal? I'm going to ask about Zcash first. I think this is a fluke. A short-term fluke? Or is there some real substance there? Apparently, I can no longer spell substance there. All right, Grok is thinking. Zcash exploded nearly over 450% in October 2025 alone, surging from the lows around $34 to $66. I remember that. Highs above 350, pushing its market cap past $5 million for the first time. This isn't just a random volatility. It's a confluence of hype, fundamentals, and market dynamics that have reignited interest in privacy coin. Here's a breakdown of the key drivers. High-profile endorsement and FOMO ignition. The rally kicked off around October 1st with Naval Ravikant's tweet framing Zcash as insurance against Bitcoin, amplifying his narrative as a privacy upgrade to Bitcoin. This was turbocharged by Arthur Hayes' bold $10,000 Zcash price target, which triggered a cascade of FOMO buying and potential short squeezes, with traders piling in from other alts like Cardano and Ripple XRP. Other influencers like Mert Gungunguis, Helios Lab CEO, I butchered that name, but deserved it, called the new dev from the new dev team a Manhattan project for privacy, while early backers like Edward Snowden and Zuko, Zcash founder, add cyberpunk cred. Social sentiment on X has been eclectic, with posts predicting $500 by early November or even $6,000, double the prior all-time high. Oh, all-time high at $3,000? Hell yeah. I need to get me some more Zcash. Quit selling it for Bitcoin and get me some more. Never. I'll do both. Real privacy adoption metrics. Unlike past pumps driven by pure speculation, this one coincides with a massive expansion in Zcash's shielded pool. Private transactions by a ZK Snarks. It grew from 3.8 million Zcash, about 23% of the supply, in late August to over 5 million Zcash, and that's about 30% or more by late October. Locking up $1.5 billion in value and slashing liquid supply by 1/3. Slash. Just you thought Jerome Powell was a slasher? Ain't got nothing on Zcash's slashing ability this month. This reflects a genuine user demand for privacy amid rising surveillance. For example, AI-driven chain analysis and authoritarian crackdowns. With shielded transactions now easier via the Zcash. That's cute. Zashi. Zashi. It's called Zashi. Zashi mobile wallet and in-app swaps on Near and Maya protocols. Wow, I didn't know that. Over 40 million in inflows since launch. I learned something new from this. Trading volume, I want that app. Trading volumes are up 10x, and 85 to 94% of transactions remain public. A compliance play, but the shielded shift is the real signal. Institution and ecosystem momentum, the Grayscale Zcash Trust. I said that. On October 1st, opened doors for accredited investors. We got to have the money. Holding 394,000 Zcash. 1.9% of the total supply. And expanded premiums as inflows double. Tech upgrades by Halo 2, 60% faster proofs, and cross-chain bridges, for example, wrap Zcash on Solana via Encipher. My goodness. Are scaling privacy to billions of users with Tachyon for shielded assets on the horizon. The mid-November halvening will further Oh, there's a halvening coming up for Zcash. That's what. Oh. Yeah, halvenings. The mid-November halvening will further tighten the 21 million supply cap, echoing Bitcoin's scarcity playbook. Scarcity playbook. It goes. Zcash edges out Monero here with better exchange integrations. Oh, you got a point. Bitcoin compatibility and ZK tech that has influenced everything from Ethereum rollups to Bitcoin sidechains. So, are you saying that maybe Monero putting Zcash? Huh. I hadn't thought about that before, but thank you for mentioning it. I will ponder that over tonight's evening tea, if you will, or Skittle water, which is what I have. A little Skittle water never hurt anybody, but if you really want what gets you all doped up on this show, something a little Mr. Oh, what's the hell? Yeah, I need a little
Good ass coffee. The coffee that's good and ass at the same time.
Oh, was that a pube? It's still some good ass coffee. Oh, that tickled to kneel it down. Okay. Broader context, privacy coins are outperforming about 60% sector-wide as regulatory scrutiny, for example, Monero delistings, funnels users to compliant auctions like Zcash, while global fiat inflation and crypto adoption pour more money into liquid ops. So is it a short-term fluke or is this sustainable? We only got 19 people here. A lot of people left. Not happy in the Zcash, but we're going to wrap it up. We're going to finish it out. This feels more like sustainable than pure fluke, but with classic crypto caveats, especially volatility, bull case substance likely. Fundamentals are aligning for the first time since 2016 and 2021 pumps. Mature UX, grandma-friendly shielding, real adoption metrics, institutional rails, and the halving could propel it to $500 plus short term, and possibly to $1,000 to $10,000 long term, especially if privacy narratives heat up post U.S. election. Zcash is ZK Rooks. Satoshi even nodded to similar proofs. Position it as infrastructure, not just a coin. Think HTTPS for money in a surveillance-heavy world. The 7.4 what is that symbol? Sigma. The 7.4 Sigma outlier surge is rare. I think it's Sigma. 1 in 700 to 8,000 years under. I don't know what you're saying, but it's backed by utility, not just memes. The bear case, this is the fluke risk. Technical screen caution. A rise in wedge pattern hints at a 30% pullback to 260, 270 support in November, with overbought RSI and leverage fueled euphoria. Regulatory headwinds loom. European Union privacy coin ban by 2027. Dirty globalist bastards. And Dubai already acting. Well, we know it's on your own, aren't you? And past Zcash rallies faded without sustained volume. If Bitcoin corrects, last time Zcash led privacy, Bitcoin dropped 35%. Zcash snapped back hard. My take, 60-40 sustainable. The pump started with hype, but now self-reinforcing by adoption and supply dynamics. Stack if you're privacy maximalist, but size small and watch for that wedge break. This could be Zcash's breakout moment, but crypto loves to humble the overconfident. What's your position? All right, so we got 19 people over here. Let me come over and say hello to 19 people again. Catch up on the locals over here. What have we been saying lately here? We got Dustin Makachek saying trading swaps is the real way to do it, Road Dawg, 100%. I do a lot of swap trading. I do that. I'm not just only purely on exchange. It's easier for I don't have a problem over trading with the swaps. Sometimes I run into that when I'm on exchanges with some of these things I'm on. Don't notice that so much on the swaps. Speaking of swaps, here's the trade I'm in. Just about back to entry if you have Link and think Dot can gain on it. And Link is at a Link's at a pretty good price right now. I'm trying to build that bag slowly again. Crypto Max says, nice thumbnail. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Chris Klein says, funny how a lot of people are talking about Dash now and weren't before. Same with Litecoin. A lot of people sleep on them. Yeah. Some of these boomer things, right? Or what could be considered boomer coins. Oh man, that's outdated. The tokenomics behind these things are amazing. That was back before everybody got stupid and greedy in the crypto space and oversaturated the market. Used to scarcity meant something, and it still does. Now we're seeing it. Frank Lopez says, Tal's pumping right now. You see Zcash? You see the size of that chicken? Zcash just pumped, made 100%, says MG Motorsport. Is it pumping right now? You make me feel like I'm missing out on something. She's doing amazing. Been DCAing into Zen, currently up. Yeah, see? There we go. Good. Congratulations, my man. Randy, it goes over Jim Pick. It was busy in another chat. Jim Pick is coming next as soon as I shut up about Zcash. Yes. I've been calling Monero to 1,500. 1,000 first. It did really good. It did really. What did you get up about $600 or $700? Not too long ago. That helped my account out a lot back then. Helped. It helped a lot of suffering positions at that point when it was excelling. Thanks for the TA. Okay, was Gator Squatch leaving? Oh, did he leave? Well, I hate to do his coin if he's not here to see it, so if he comes back, we'll go over his gym pick there. Alvy says, fits in a good place to build a little bag, or wait. I want to get some insight from Grok on So I want to ask a little bit about FET, because I got some of that, and I got it staking, and I've got a decent bag of FET, Fetch AI. But you've not been hearing very much about it, about them doing anything. They were hot for a while, but then they just cooled off, and then again, you had that big merger. I don't even know how that's going. I don't think it went as well as what they thought. AGIX, supposedly FET, and I think Ocean. And they were supposed to make a coin called ASI, but yet we still have FET, I think. Oh my gosh, what happened? So this is artificial superintelligence current status as of October 31st. It's trading at approximately 23 cents, right? Market cap around 610 million. It's down 39% over the past 24 hours. In short, FET is in the dump short term, oversold RSI at 29.2. That's pretty good, actually. Place to look at, starting to look at it. What happened? The October bloodbath. Okay, Gator Scotch is in the house. Okay, I'll do your coin next. I thought you left for a minute, so I was waiting for you to get back. The pump turn to dump traces back to artificial superintelligence ASI merger in 2024, blending Fetch SingularityNet.net, which we played. Oh man, we got a nickel and got out before they did all the crappy stuff. When they started doing all that, I was like, I'm out. This is not a good look. And took profits on that. Some other people, I think they stayed in it on YouTube. Notion Protocol into a unified decentralized AI powerhouse, combining all those coins. Early price puts Fetch to 347 all-time high, but cracks showed when Ocean Protocol bolted from the alliance in October of this year. Citing government's disagreements and financial principles, they allegedly dumped 500 million FET tokens worth $120 million at the time, triggering a crash in days. Well, so they just said, I'm out, we're selling on your asses. So we'll blame it on Ocean. This wasn't just market jitters. It exposed tensions over token allocations, with Fetch AI accusing Ocean of theft by, oh my God, we got drama. We got drama between Ocean and FET. Let's scroll down here with X was lit up with FUD. Good news, as of October, talks are nearing resolution. Fetch AI proposed dropping all lawsuits if Ocean returns 286 million FET. $75 million at current prices to the community treasury for burnings or redistribution. Ocean Foundation denied theft claims, insisting over the tokens were community owned by other expeditions down. Oh my God, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. This is a 70-30 transaction over pure hype. The crash was a merger-induced reality check, not a tech fail. FET's ZK-proof agents and data marketplaces influenced Ethereum layer 2s, and even Bitcoin sidechains. So it's had its influence. Its infrastructure for HTTPS level decentralized AI in a world of open AI surveillance fears. Catalysts like settlements, testnet launch, and having like burns could 3 to 5x to $1 or $1.50 by year end per TA, breaking a falling wedge to 70 to 93 cents. Long term, bullish to 269, max in 2025, $16 by 2030 if AI adoption explodes. Bear risk, regulatory scrutiny on AI tokens. The EU bans looming. So there's some EU bans in the works. Bitcoin dumps, Dragon alts are stalled settlement if you're in. So we'll take a look at the coin. See how it's doing, looking on the charts there. But it was nice to get a little update on it because I haven't been keeping up with it for what they've been doing lately, and I didn't know there was a drama between them and Ocean. I didn't know that. So this is it over on, oh my gosh, Binance. Symmetrical triangles. Don't trust these little bastards. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Very symmetrically. Oh man, and you lost that channel too? What the hell? Unless you're doing a little bear trap idea here. What are you doing? Well, I hope you don't come back and retest this 10-cent area. It's at 23 cents right now. Clearly these guys are, we gotta take those targets off. Alright, so this is the main trend line that we lost our ass on, or have broken, so we're in an interesting situation with FET. Swing hard to swing low. I'm going to check my fib areas and readjust this because now we got that. I don't think we need that one anymore. So we got our new, hopefully, if this is bottom, we're the best places to buy. One of the best prices. Now scale this down to something a little bit more local, and we will apply it over here. So for FET, anywhere under 31 cents is a possible good place to stack this up. Now it'd be a lot more promising if we weren't possibly doing a little bear test under this trend line, so we could be looking at a little bit more down. It could be a happening. And if I had to guestify, that's my new word of the day, guestify. Thank you for making my dreams come true. Woke up this morning and said, how in the world can I use the word guestify? I just made that up and I want to use it today. So I'm going to guessify that we might come down to 17 cents. Could be a possibility right there. Hope it doesn't, but that is an area of support that we could be looking at if it wants to continue a downtrend for whatever reason. On the daily, come down to the 4 hour and see what's happening here. Not seeing anything mega bullish on this one. In fact, it does look like it might have a little trip down to these areas. If I were to draw my trend lines, I would say they might drop us down there this weekend. That would suck. Therefore, I'm not going to look at those bags. Oh my God. 21%. I've not looked at the value of that bag. I got it staking. Staking rewards are pretty good, man, for FET, by the way. It's really, especially if it's up around $1 or something, or higher. All right, so FET looking a little peaked right there, a little under the weather. We come back to the chat here. There's Gator Squatch with his super chat there. Thank you so much, Gator. I appreciate that. Haven says Foxy Crypto was trying hard to build on FET. I didn't know anything about that. See, you guys share alpha. That's so cool. Been watching a few coins and seeing quite a few dropping fast. How down are they? They are so down. How down are they? So thumb code? Thumb code? All right, let's take a look at Gator's gem pick for tonight is Blue Zell. Now that one had some hype. You may remember it from a couple years ago as a narrative cycle in and out, and a lot of traders were trading that one. It became a little trader coin, a lot of perp trades. It had its day in the sun there. like all the cryptos do, they kind of rotate, and maybe this one's got a reason to come back around. This one's called Blue Zell. We're going to come over here and look at it. BLZ, and Gator put some alpha into the chat. I didn't post it up on the things because, well, I only give away stuff too soon. But Blue Zell, this one's, I believe, is across several chains over here, if I'm not mistaken. It is on Binance Smart Chain, BNB. It's on Ethereum. It's at a $12 million market cap. That's small. Total supply is 500 million. That's decent. That's not bad at all. There's 32,000 holders of it. Circulating supply is 455 million. We'll check out the website in a minute. So its all-time high was, it's behind my little turkey head, right here. All-time high was 91 cents, and that was 8 years ago in February 2018. So this is not a brand new coin. It's been out for a while. It stood the test of time, and if you remember it from just, I don't know, what, about a year and a half ago, there were flags to the upside all over this one. Everybody chasing it until the one day people forgot about it. All-time low was 6 years ago, so it has not seen a new all-time low in the past 6 years. Even with the dump that we've had, those when they tried to kill crypto so many times here recently, it has not made a new low. So that's some strength. It's on several places. You can get it on the Dexes, Uniswap, on Coinbase, Mexi. So it's in a lot of places because it's been around for a while. Unlock schedule, there's not much left to happen anymore. It's all been done, and it's at a good juicy price from what I can see, being down 97% from its all-time high. Let's go take a look at the website here. Blue Zell, on-chain infrastructure for DeSci. DeSci is a narrative. Really, I don't remember USB in DeSci. Did they change the narrative? Redefining how science is funded, shared, and conducted through the blockchain. Aging is humanity's greatest challenge. The problem, aging is the root cause of most disease and limits human potential. Amen, brother. The vision worldwide where aging is reversible and human flourishing is limitless. I'm in. The mission, empower global science to solve aging and beyond. Oh, you guys are slick. That's an interesting narrative there. The opportunity, DeSci revolutionizing science with blockchain. The market gap, traditional science funding and IP systems are slow, opaque, and siloed. Our solution, decentralized tool for funding, IP tokenization, and transparent data storage. Broader impact, accelerate progress in fields like medicine, engineering, and space exploration. Now, this one may be a little bit before its time, and you may not see the real growth in it until next cycle. I'm just going to throw that out there. We're starting to see some projects from a cycle ago that are just now starting to become, oh man, that's relevant now. And then they sucked being, so... As far as a hold, I'm just saying, keep that in mind. If you're for an investment, keep that in mind. For a play to this bull market, though, well, the number can go up if the hype comes back. So if they got a good little thing here, whether it's being in position right, and whether it's being used widely right now or not, at this last leg in the bull market, you can still get a nice play when the hype does come, because the hype will get crazy for some stuff if they think, oh my God, it's going to change the world. Just remember to sell. Don't hold it through the bear market. Agent affects everybody. Yeah, we already went over that. The ecosystem. The 7 pillars of DeSci. Tokenization. Tokenize IP through Capella. Enable research crowdfunding with BLZ. Decentralized patent storage and tokenization. Partner with leading DeSci protocols. Immutable storage for research and clinical trials. Bridge academia and industry through IP transfers. That's IP means intellectual property transfers. So intellectual property, tokenizing intellectual property is a real world asset play anyway. But the science, where all those big expensive drug patents stay. Yeah. Science NFTs for public engagement for funding. Okay, so real world implement. Okay. So you can check all that. We're going to go over, we checked the tokenomics and everything on it. We'll go take a look at the chart for BLZ. And I guess we're going to look at, you've already went on Coinbase. We'll take a look at KuCoin. Should have some pretty good price history over there. Zoom out to the weekly. And so it's at where some people would be swearing it off on touching it, okay? I don't do that here. You don't see me do that there because you can see this being some of the most juicy places to get some of these projects if they've got something behind them. But this is the point when a lot of analysts, on YouTube especially, if you're lucky enough to get them to look at your coin or whatever on their big channels, I wouldn't touch that with a... They would wait. These would be the ones that they want to wait to see something going for, and that's legit. You can do that because she's at some lows. She's at some new lows on this one. Well, I don't see why nobody would want to touch it, right? But can we touch it? Well, I'll show you what I'm looking for. Looks like it's dead as a doorknob, is what some people would be saying, right? Or maybe it's just too early and she's just not got her thing. Is there a chance it can get cheaper? Well, unfortunately, there is, but not to this area because that's sub-zero. So I don't think we have to worry about that. It's at 2.5 cents right now. And it's been up to 47 cents, meaning if we can get a fraction of that, not bad, right? Alright, so I'm going to check here. From our low of October 2024 to our peak in December 2024. And yes, we are at some levels. Now I can get a more reasonable bottom target here. If we go down lower, this would be a really good place to try to catch it. It's at 1.6 cents. Now, do we have to go down there? No, we do not. We've been holding up to 1.5. Look, I finally added it to my fib thing. We just lost that one. So that kind of puts 0.016 on the table for some possibilities. So I've got one of two things that I could do here. And pull my fibs and swing high to our current swing low, and that would be the correct way to do it. But it doesn't mean that that's our low, right? So I'm looking for, I'll go to the previous low. I'm looking for compliments or anything over here. I'm not seeing, I can see some areas. What if I front run that idea and put it all the way down to my target area? Now that's kind of weird. It's kind of breaking a few rules because we're kind of forecasting, we're kind of speculating on that idea. But I'm going to do that because when I do that, I see that I got some good, I see that we line up really well over here with this guy. So for right now, I want to do this, okay? But I've got to make a note that this is a speculation play. So when I come back and look at this chart, I remember what the hell I was doing. Well, I'll just leave my fib on here. So I think there's a possibility we could be coming down here, 0.016. That's what I'm getting on the weekly. Let's come over to the daily and see what we got here. We got any divergence? Not so much. Little small instances, but nothing between what I'm looking for there. So what we got going on now, this could turn into rounding and accumulation, or this could just snap back and we could come back up to this area over here. But our main target area would be at almost 6 cents, and we're at 2 right now. So that's a good double up. And we're looking at these ideas now. This is the trend lines we had. Symmetrical triangle, don't trust them worth the F. And now we got this trend line as resistance. Now we come down and put it like this so that we have 2 touches on one side, and well, we got 3 touches here and more on that. So this is a valid pattern. I can tweak it here with some of these. I think I'll do it this way. Body, wick. We got 3 touches there. So we're looking at a shallow falling wedge idea. There could be a slow burn down here, but or if it does break out, that's good. That gets us back over here. This is an accumulation zone, so where to nail it? I mean, jeez. Yeah, I got confidence with some of this too. Now on this one, we are in a 1-1-3. Locally, it's at a good little bounce place. I don't know if we're coming down here. We could, maybe a slow burn. It's not like everybody's talking about this little thing now. Most likely it will accumulate through these areas somewhere between 2 and 4 cents for a while. Build up a bag of that between 2 and 4 cents for a longer term play and not a short term play, and then you might be able to make some life changing money out of this little guy. Okay, the idea would be if we go from swing high to swing low, and I'm just going to take it to its current low for these targets, but we would be looking for this guy and this guy at 19 cents and at 30 cents. I'll leave those. And so for this one, as a longer term play, something like that, like if you put $100 in somewhere here where we are now, if over the next couple of months here into Christmas, things start getting crazy and we finally do see an altcoin rally, and this narrative gets hot, we could see it come back to where we were a year ago. 1 year ago, we were at 19 cents for Blue Zell. That would be 600% gains. $100 would turn into about $750 if you held it that long. Pretty good lottery ticket. Not bad. If it were to get back up to where we were June of 2024, a year and a half ago, just a year and a half ago, not even when we were at the top of just an altcoin rally, not altcoin season, just an authentic altcoin rally that we had that took this one up to 47 cents. Just getting up to 61% of that would be a 10x at 30 cent area there. $100 could turn into $1,000. Not bad. Let's come down to the 4 hour and see what it looks like for this weekend. Are you going to get more expensive, or are you going to get cheaper this weekend? She retested these guys. She's going to be ranging. This would be a good little thing to build up a slow bag on, I think. I think you got some time to build a slow bag. Somewhere as close to 2 cents as you can get it, somewhere between 2 and 4 cents. And see it go back to around 20 cents, 30 cents. That would be a nice little come up. So that's my take on Blue Zell, and that's Gator Squatch's gem pick. I think we did a fairly decent little deeper dive into it right there. We come back to the chat. I've been going for, oh God, we're almost at our 2 hour mark. See, what happened? I can't keep up with the 2 hour stream. I mean, I can do it. I have no problems doing it, but nobody wants to. Look, that stream's 2 hours long. I can't sit here and watch a damn turkey be stupid for 2 hours. It just, it doesn't pair very well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we went over some coins tonight. We went over Tau. We went over Dash. Did we go over Virtual? I don't think we went over Zcash, AI16Z. I know I went over Zen and Monero, and then we went over a few others from the question, and then went over Blue Zell from Gator Squatch. So instead of us turning this into a 3 hour Halloween screen, I'm going to go over to the end screen and then address the chat there, catch up on anything that I may have missed, and if there was any super chats over there, I will do them that I missed. I will do them at this time. Okay, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We're going to try to not let this go past 2 hours here. See you on the next one, or the end screen rather. I'll see you there.
Asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was the ticket, now it's tearing the scene.
Started with 100, flipped it to $1,000. Told my girl we moving, drew lines in the sand. Bought the top on Tuesday, sold the dip on a prayer. While it's in the ICU, breathing thin air. Mom's on the couch saying, boy, get a job. But the chart's my religion and I'm dodging the saw.
Bull run blues hit hard when the moon turned black. Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the pack. Family's asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was a ticket, now it's tearing the scene.
Last night staring, red candles in my eye. Health on the back burner, eating cold fried. Wife's packing bags, saying this ain't the life. Crypto was a savior, now it's cutting like a knife. Friends calling nonsense, say I'm chasing a ghost, but the dream's still breathing even when I'm toast. And the year's a graveyard, but I'm digging the plot. One more trade,
One more shot. The dark don't last, like cracks through the crack. I'll rise from the ashes, get my family back. Get my family back.
Probably.
Bull run blues hit hard when the moon turned black. Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the back. Family's asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was a ticket, now it's tearing the scene. Bull run blues hit hard when the moon turned black. Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the back. Family's asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was a ticket, now it's tearing the scene.
We got some new dancers. I haven't got them set up yet. I don't know why my internet is glitching. I've noticed that in the last few streams. Lower than recommended binary rate. It's lower. I gotta check settings or something.
Whale in the deep, dumbing at the peak. By the rumors, sell the news, make the news freak. Spoofing orders, walls on the screen. Pump the alt, then rug the dream. FOMO's the bait, panic's the hook. They're playing chess, we're reading the book. They flash the cash, we chase the spark. But in the end, they own the dark. Whale games, dumping in the dark. Riding the waves, leaving their mark.
So I increased the bit rate there. Let's see what that does.
Whale games, laugh at the drop. Noobs get raped, whales never stop. Life, yeah, right. Watch trade the volume, fake the green. Spoofing the biz, clean the mean. Stop loss hunt, sniping the low. While we hold, they steal the show. They're the sharks with the fish in the tank. One wrong move and your portfolio sank. They flash the cash, we chase the spark. But in the end, they own the dark. Whale games, dumping in the dark. Riding the wave, leaving them all. Whale games, laugh at the drop. Noobs get raped, whales never stop. They're the kings of the chain.
Now I can't find it anywhere. Shoot, I want to crank it up. I went at 14,000 on bit rate. I don't know what that's going to do. I'll find out. Maybe. We get glitchy internet sometimes.
While it's turning red, bought the high, now I'm seeing dread. Charts of wildfire burning through the night.
Could try Wi-Fi. Or am I?
Took its pulse, hit 110. Gas venom, poison in the pen. End of year forecast, doctor says it's bleak. While it's in the ER and I'm feeling weak. The fever's climbing.
So I just now switched over to Wi-Fi.
Doctor's orders.
See if that makes a difference.
Burn through the night, let the fever explode. While it's on fire, but I'm riding the road. Crash through the pain, let the ashes ignite. End of year fever, but I'm feeling the fight. Gave it some ice, sold the family ring, but the fever roared, made the market.
Thank you for the super chats from Glittering Marshmallow.
Flush the whole stack,
And from Gators Quest 9. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Give the clap.
Now the fever's spread and I'm drowning in debt. End of year diagnosis, critical fall. Wallets in the road, but I'm stealing the show. The fever's climbing, hopes on the brink. Doctor's orders, stop before I sink. Burn through the night, let the fever explode. Wallets on fire, but I'm riding.
Still been funny on that.
Crash through the pain, let the ashes ignite. End of year fever, but I'm feeling the fight. The fever broke, left a scar.
Wonder if we can add a new girl over here.
I'm standing tall in the smoke.
I'll let you guys see what that process looks like.
Burn through the night, let the fever explode. Wallets on fire, but I'm riding the road.
Our internet goes out periodically over here. I'm thinking about getting the Starlink at some point. It's starting to be a lot more dependable, I think, from what I can see. We got one of them in the intro. Aquariums are cool. I'm sitting and watching an aquarium all damn day long. Are pasties YouTube approved? I don't know. Awkward girl. That is one lucky alien. That's all I gotta say. That's one lucky little alien right now. Oh. Thank you for that. It's like looking at the JC Penney catalog at the underwear section. Sean, you're a boomer. That was Sean. That wasn't me. That was Sean. Just to be clear, that was Sean.
You suck, Road Dawg. I used to do it too, though.
Shut up, Sean.
Watch my dreams fly by.
got a little color differences going on, contrast differences going on between, I guess, who we call Curly and the new girl.
Bitcoin's calling.
Let's slow down our dancing.
Feel the weight, the charts are pulling low, dreams of peaks, but the dips are crucial. From the high we fell, echoes in the night, greed's a ghost haunting what was bright. I plead for a lift, a spark in the dark, Bitcoin's whisper igniting the spark. Through the storm we ride, holding on tight.
Oh, we're going to replace. You call her Silver. I got her as Boob Girl. Because she has some trouble with her support. She's always having to try to give those little puppies some support here. See, like that. So she's got the nickname Boob Girl. But at least this one's got legs. I don't think Curly's got legs. Hate to let you know that. But I don't think she's got legs, Lieutenant Dan. Curly, you got no legs! Thank you, Randy F. I would appreciate the input. I'll have to take a look at that. Our router stuff, too.
Valley's whole stories of gains, now tales untold. I plead for the turn, a break in the cloud. Bitcoin's call echoes proud and loud. Through the uncertainty, we cling to the road. Higher, restore our hope.
Man, you guys are behind. There's a big delay, in other words. I'm looking at what you guys are seeing. You still got the 3 girls on the screen. I took them off about 2 minutes ago. Seems like probably a minute ago. So I just now got this. Agua. What's the delay? All right. So whenever the one comes off the screen that you guys are watching, I'm going to type something in the chat. So just went off. Okay, Silver. Whenever I take Silver off, I took her off about a minute and a half ago. And as soon as I do that, I will type it in the chat and we'll try to figure out how long this damn delay is. Oh, there, right there. I just went off. Well, then, I guess what I could do is put her back on. Let me put her back on. Or let me put a different one on. I lost her. Boob Girl, where did you go? All right, so, okay, let me try this. Silver back on. Wait a minute, she's not on. And we'll take the new girl. We'll take this. All right. Now, how long does this take? Oh, she's blocky. Very blocky. All right, it's been over 30 seconds since I did that. That's a huge delay here. I think this might be more of just the internet problem we're having in general, maybe. Or the AWS servers or whatever. There's been some stuff going on with internet across the country lately. This might be tied into that. All right, well, I'm retiring. I'm going to take Silver off now. And put back the spicy.
Fighting 2 feet
Oh, you guys can see her? Well, then I don't see it on the. Huh. Okay. So it's going to different people at different times, then, right? Okay. On my tablet, okay, she's back on my tablet. But on what I'm watching on the studio monitor that you guys should be watching, she's not there yet. Okay. Well, that's weird. Okay, maybe the delay's not as bad then. A flat butt shape. So we're going.
The deep's a scar, cutting every line. My voice.
Gee, it makes me think, should we get another girl up here?
Searching for a sign.
See if we can pick us out one.
For the higher, desperate call. Hail this heart, let the market stop. Dogs a chain, crushing my
She looks cute. Let's go with her.
waves of flame, climbing up the hill. Oh, I'm yearning for the risk. Take me crack those beats, fill my cool.
She's barefoot, but I don't think she's pregnant.
Fry my soul from this heavy take. Push the heights, shatter the doom. Feel the rush, lead me home. Rise up, harmonic well like the open sky. Lift the peak, hear my victory cry. I'm killing with my soul, break the fall, raise the market high, heed my call, ring it out. Thunderous bell, oh, lift me up, let the glory see. Bed cold bright.
We got a new silver.
We can well game, dump altcoins, time to get slick. Weekend whale games, dumping in the dark. Crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. Weekend whale games, riding the wave, laugh at the drop of the brave. With the market twisting till the crash come alive. Grease the villain, but we survive. Weekend whale games, stupid tricks, let the lessons grow. Saturday morning screens flash red again. Whales play their game, driving us insane. Stupid scams calling for most cruel play. Altcoin overdose, burning with dismay. Possibilities blinded, greed's my dark guide. From genius to joker on this wild ride. Market's a circus, I'm the clown in the ring. Overdose on altcoins, feeling the sting. Ooh, yeah. The high's a lie, the crash is true. Greed's the thief, what I get into. Wild spit, time to wake and laugh. Overdose on altcoins, cut the
Still doing some fine tuning on this one.
Dumping in the dark, crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. Weekend whale games, riding the wave, laugh at the drop of the
Been
brave.
difficult.
The market twisted till the crash come alive. Grease the villain, but we survive. Weekend whale games, stupid tricks, let the lessons grow. The trip's unwinding, wisdom's taking hold. Greed's a bad dealer, story to be told. From the haze I rise, smarter now, ready for the surprise. Weekend whale games, dumping in the dark. Crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. Whale games. Whale games. Whale games. Whale games.
Oh yeah. Stack my sats, retire me earlier. Ecto queens and kings, we're living worldly, no, no, no. Moonshine dreams in my Rari, yeah, yeah. Huddle tight, wealth my party, let's play. Oh yeah. Sin, shimmer, blockchain vibes, freedom.
It's magic how that thing stays on there.
My life shines, watch us smooth. Stack my sats, retire me early, oh. Huddle tight, let's rule the day. Oh yeah.
Crypto retirement time. Crypto retirement time. Crypto retirement time. Crypto.
Oh yeah. Started with nothing, wallet bearing gold. Fiat grind faded, now I'm bold with gold. Charting like a star, moonshots every night. Solana flips dimensions, feeling out of sight.
Oh man, she's gonna be difficult.
Tight, tight, cold fall so sweet, sweet. Definitely
She's gonna be a ghost.
dancing to the beat. Blockchain's my stage, profits light the sky. Early exit calling, wave that 9 to 5 goodbye. Stack my size, retire me early, oh, hip toe.
Oh, snap.
We're living worldly, no, no, no. Moonshine dreams in my Rari, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold tight, wealth my party, let's play. Shimmer, blockchain vibes, freedom's a groove. Our life shines, watch us move. Stack my size,
Man, I keep losing there.
retire me early, oh. Hold tight, let's rule the day.
NFTs dropping fire. Arch my golden throne. Bending mad cash, building dreams I own. All cause climb high, riding waves so fun. Caught on those stakes, pay futures mine to design. District clock mine free, living my way. Smart deals for me while I dance and play. Mimic what's the millions, dog like to see. Crypto's my rhythm.
Stack my size,
Yeah, we have to find a different one.
Crypto queens and kings, we live in worldly, no, no. Moonshine dreams of my Rari, yeah, yeah. Huddle tight, wealth my party, let's play. Shimmer, blockchain vibes, freedom's a groove.
Oh, that's the same one.
Our life shines, watch us move. Stack my size, retire me early, oh. Huddle tight, let's rule the day. Oh yeah. Bull runs my beat, stacking and shine. Decentralized life, every dream's mine. Ain't no boss, just keys. Freedom's my sway. Crypto pop queens, we own the place. Stack my size, retire me early. Oh, crypto queens and kings, we're living worldly. No, no, no.
Maybe we should just go back where we started. She's just got a see-through coochie. Area. The girl back on the left in the gray dress. I don't remember one in the gray dress other than this one.
Volatilities are groove, we move with the flow. Dreaming of the rally, let the profits grow. Bring me a higher low. Feel the bounce and the beat, let it show. Bring me a higher low. Let the gain start.
On the right or the left? I've only put one on the left, I remember. The one on the right I've changed a few times. I can't remember. This is the one we started out with. From there, I do not know, but I couldn't get it sorted out.
For the turn to hit the floor, all coins slipping, but we're asking for more. Bob Wayne, UK, down on waterfall. The drop was bold, but October's rhythm.
So just tune in on the color.
Our flows hit 2 billion, flows flip the tide. ETF stacking up, taking us for a ride. Stable coins pumping, markets in a spin. Bring me a higher low. Feel the bounce in the beat, let it show. Bring me a higher low. Let the gain start to glow. Bring me a higher low, pump the charts alive. Watch the market soar, where the gains thrive. Bring me a higher low, Q4's funky beat. By the dip, dance to the crypto heat. By the way we're breaking through the night.
Keep that one.
Feel the future ignite. Bring me a higher low. Let's ignite the markets in tune. From the dip to the peak with the moon. The bounce is coming, feel the groove take hold. Q4 is our dance floor. Pure gold. Bring me a higher low. Pump the charts alive. Watch the markets move. Whisper a higher low.
All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a 2 hour and 14 minute stream. I didn't do so good as far as getting anything smaller time-wise, so we ended up with a 2 hour stream anyway. Looking at Bitcoin here on the tiny 6 minute time frame, still waiting to see if we can break back into this bigger pattern. Start working our way back up to 113,000, but right now it's kind of a... Oh my God! I thought I took this off. Ooh. Well, this is Christmas songs. How do we already work down to the Christmas songs?
Have
I don't know if we can do this. Yeah. All right. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Let's let the little Doge dog come in and wave. And oh my gosh. Oh, we got to change that too, don't we? There we go. Time to say good night, John Boy, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And thanks for the input. Hopefully this one's not making any noise over here.